It is 6 a.m. and Daddy has left for work already. But we are not ready to get up yet. So whenever we're ready, we're going to get up and go cook. But right now, we're just going to tuddle. We're not ready, are we, Elwer? It's too early for to be cooking. Good morning, loves. Welcome back to the channel. This morning it is now 8:45 and I'm about to start meal prepping because, as you guys know, on Friday I'm going to have a major weight loss surgery. It's one of the more intensive ones. I don't know how long I'm going to be out, so I'm the only cook in our family. I'm going to make these easy to do, just throw in the oven or throw in the crock pot meals, along with 40 ready to eat prepped meals for the people that I cook for, along with John. In this video, not only am I going to show you these recipes, I am also going to share with you some of my #1 tips for meal prep, because as you guys know, I've been meal prepping for about a year now. So this is not something new to me, but I've never done it in this quantity. These tips are not just for people who are going to have weight loss surgery. You could easily do this if you are having a baby, if you are going to be away for a while and you're the person that cooks in your family, or even if you are just a super busy mom and you don't have time to cook a full meal every night. You could do this. A few hours one day out of the month can give you several meals that you can just pull from in case of an emergency or in case of a really busy day. I'm going to take you along, show you these recipes, and I'll also show you some of my #1 tips for meal prep. So let's get to it. So one of my #1 tips would be that make sure when you go to the grocery store, make a list, double check that list, make sure you have every single ingredient that you need, because the worst thing in the world is getting midway through what you're doing and realizing that you have forgotten something. So always double check all the ingredients that you need for everything. So tip #2 would probably be to go ahead and run some hot soapy water. You're going to run some dishwater because you are going to make a ginormous mess in your kitchen. So you need to wash your dishes as you go, because let me tell you, if your workspace starts getting gross or piled up, it gets super frustrating and it becomes very hard to do. So wash your dishes as you go, and then you don't end up cooking all day and then being left with a ginormous mess. Leads me to tip #3, which is go ahead and wash, dry, and put away all your dishes in your house so that you're starting out with a good clean kitchen. So my absolute #1 tip is make sure that your knife is incredibly sharp. So I got this one yesterday at the Asian market. It is very, very sharp, and it is in good repair, obviously, because it is brand new. A good sharp knife, you are much less likely to injure yourself. If you're working with a dull knife, you're more likely to slip, cut your fingers, hurt yourself, and it causes you to work a lot harder than necessary. So make sure you have that and a good cutting board. Yes, my cutting board is a chicken. Judge me. First thing I'm going to start with is getting my rice cooker going, because I am making a ton of rice. And this is going to take a little bit, and this can be cooking in the background while I'm doing other things. So I'm going to start with rice. So then you're going to go ahead and cut up all your chicken and get that cooked. I'm actually starting out by cooking some Italian chicken pasta. Make sure you season it. Please season your chicken. Sorry about that. I got a phone call, but let me show you what I did while I was on the phone. So I cooked off all the chicken, and I put onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper on the chicken. Got it completely done. Threw in a big thing of cherry tomatoes, cooked those till they all blistered and burst. Then I put in butter, heavy whipping cream, and some Parmesan cheese. Let that cook for a minute. Now it's ready. I've got pasta rolling. The pasta is going to go in this, and this is going to be the already made meal prep. And then over here, some of the chicken I separated out and put in these aluminum containers with a jar of Alfredo sauce in each. I'm going to put some pasta in that, cover that up, so we'll have 2 fettuccine Alfredo pastas. This is just a few of the meal prep bowls. I went ahead and put some in here, and then I also have a bunch here. So this is where I'm going to put the pasta at, and then we're also going to make like a Mexican bowl, and we're also going to make Asian bowls. So Italian, Mexican, Asian. So now that I've got all the chicken cut and cooked and separated out in containers, I'm going to go ahead and wash my skillet, get it nice and clean and ready for the next. I've already washed my knife, my cutting board, and sanitized everything, because when you're working with chicken, you want to make sure that everything's nice and clean. Finished, but I wanted to give you 2 quick side notes on freezing pasta for later dates. Number 1, do not cook your pasta all the way through, because when you go to heat it up, it will become super disgusting and gooey if your pasta is already completely cooked. So kind of leave it a little bit raw. And also put more sauce on it than what you normally would use or normally need, because the pasta is actually going to soak that up as it's cooling down and as it's freezing. So you will definitely need more. While I was cooking all of the Italian food, my rice cooker has finally finished, so it is now ready. I'm going to split the rice between putting in for the Asian dishes, and then I'm also going to take the other half of the rice and we're going to mix it in with black beans and corn and all kinds of good stuff that's going to go into the burrito bowls. So we're going to do that real quick. All right, so now that all of the Spanish rice is put everywhere, now to cut and cook more chicken. So I'm adding lots of seasoning, and then you're gonna see me cut up a couple of onions to add into this burrito bowl. One thing I do wanna tell you though, with all meat, you need to let it set. Don't constantly stir it. You want it to kind of brown. Brown is where the flavor's at. So I've got chicken and onions in there and a little handful of cheese on each and every single one. If you're gonna clean eat, I would not suggest putting cheese, but Josh said he's not trying to win a bikini competition, so he likes the cheese. So we have the Alfredo done, we have the Mexican food done, and we have the Italian food done. Now we're gonna do the Asian food, and there is a lot of chopping. Chop your vegetables first. Don't chop meat first. Chop vegetables first. So you're gonna chop every single thing, and I'm also going to go ahead and make some make-ahead meals as well. I'll try to explain. If you guys are interested in a lot of these recipes, the majority of them are on my Pinterest page, and that link is in the description below. So I am cooking all of the vegetables. I have snow peas, sugar snap peas, carrots, onions, garlic, water chestnuts, mushrooms, zucchini, and carrots, I think, or broccoli. I know I said all of them. I am gonna do one shortcut. I got these Tyson's grilled sweet teriyaki chicken fillets. So I'm gonna bake these in the oven, and then when they get done, I'm just gonna chop them up and throw them on top, and that kind of gives me a few extra minutes, a lot less chicken to cut up, so this is a shortcut, and I'm taking it. Okay, so I went ahead and boxed all the ones up that were already finished and cooled off. I'm gonna wrap some of them in cellophane. These are actually going with them today. Then I came over here and put all the vegetables on all the rice, and of course the teriyaki chicken is cooking, but over here, these are John's, and he likes spicy chicken. So instead of the sweet teriyaki, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up more chicken, and now we're gonna make his. It is right now 10 minutes after 11, and I'm probably about 3/4 of the way done. So I think I'm making pretty good time. So my chicken is now finished. This is working, and what I'm gonna put on this my messy kitchen right now, is this Szechuan spicy sauce. John absolutely is obsessed with this. We're also going to make this honey sesame chicken that we're going to be able to have him just dump in a crock pot so that he can shred that up, put it over rice for dinner one night. I also went ahead and separated out, and I'm going to freeze these. He's got his own little bags of stir-fry veggies so that he can stir-fry things up as he pleases. And then I've also got some teriyaki sauce. And I also have some sesame oil that I'm going to sprinkle over the food and put some sesame over it.
Ella Marie. Are you wore out, baby? You in here watching Mama cook? You get wore out? You get wore quite some out. Ooh, stretch. Are you watching me? Huh? You watching? You're a good girl. Gotta make me wash my hands, but you're worship.
Okay, so while I'm waiting on that other chicken to brown, I'm going to quickly go ahead and throw together one more meal that he can literally just dump this right inside of a crock pot, turn it on low for 4 to 6 hours, and it's done. And then you just put it over, you shred the chicken and put it over rice, and it is a honey sesame chicken. So I'll show you how to do that. You need like 2 pounds of chicken breasts, or you can use chicken thighs if you prefer. We like breasts. Need 1/4 cup of ketchup, which seems like a lot to me, but that's what it says to do. And who am I to deny it? You also need a 1/2 cup of soy sauce. Just pour that right in there. You need a 1/2 cup of honey, a couple tablespoons of garlic. Nobody measures garlic. You just go with what feels right. You need a couple of chopped up green onions. And then you're gonna need a handful of sesame seeds. And let me tell you something, when I looked at these at Walmart and several other grocery stores, they were really expensive, but if you go to the Asian market, they're so much cheaper there. So you're just gonna put in a dash of some sesame seeds. You're just gonna roll that around. And then once you get it nice and rolled around, the only thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna push all the air out of this, label it, put it in the freezer. Like I said, it's a crock pot meal. You just dump it right on in. Can't beat that. Finally got it done. That chicken came out, cooled off enough, and I was able to dice it up, toss it on top. So I'm gonna close all these up as soon as they're cooled off. And of course, I've got John's, all his spicy food right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and seal his all up. So I'm gonna go ahead and in this video, I am done for the most part. All I have to do is close up all of the containers for the meal preps and seal everything up and put everything away. I was going to do 4 more different meals, but I've started to run out of room in my deep freezer. So until I get food to Josh and Becky tomorrow, I won't have any room in my deep freezer. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stop what I'm doing now, and then I'll finish the rest of this on Monday. And of course, I'll try my hardest to vlog that. But let me tell you, cooking videos are hard when you're cooking that much. It is right now 12:25 and I'm finished, sort of. I still have a couple more to do. So it is a lot of work, but it will save you a lot of work if you are in the situation like I'm gonna be in, or if you just wanna have one long, hard cooking day and then not have to cook for a couple weeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Like I said, I love you guys. Make sure you check out all of our social media links in the description below. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow, and I love you. Bye.